Well, hello, everybody. Happy Friday. How's everybody? Boy, we're awfully quiet for Friday. There's no work tomorrow. We should be louder than this. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for coming out to the PNC Live Studio. My name is Danny. A couple new faces, new hands. Yep, welcome, welcome. Where's Miley? Where's Miley? Is Miley here? Hey, Miley. Happy birthday. You're welcome. We just thought we'd invite a band for you to throw a little party for you. It's awesome. Welcome to the PNC Live Studio. This will be the best birthday present ever. And you're in trouble, mister. No, it's all good. I tell you. Welcome, everybody. My name's Danny. If you haven't heard me before, I've been here at the station for 26 years, music director. Proud to be here every day and play for you guys. I'm honored to be in your cars, in your houses, at your workstations. So thank you for letting me be a part of your day. And Jake is not here tonight. He's got baseball, but he feels the same. So on behalf of Jake and myself, thank you very much. If you're new to Lounge, I did this last night. And I'm going to do it right now because after I left here, I turned my phone back on, and I know what's going to happen. Every time I do it, my daughter calls me in the middle of a show. So if you have your phones, make sure you set them on to vibrate, and make sure you turn off your camera flash, please, because we're going to be filming the performances tonight. But take as many videos, as many pictures as you wish. Please just use the hashtags PNC Live Studio, hashtag 987TheBull. Just tag everything you possibly can. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever you may have. Please, 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 please. And yeah, that's going to be it. We got some cool stuff going on here at the Lounge. We have another show next Saturday that not many people know about because we just announced it yesterday on the air. Zach Top is coming next Saturday, who's happening to be opening for Lainey Wilson and Jackson Dean. So make sure you sign up tonight when you guys get home because I'd love to see you all again next Saturday at noon. It's going to be a very cool show. In fact, cool story about Zach Top. He's now touring. He just went to sell his tickets online, crashed Ticketmaster. So it was awesome. So when that happens, you know it's a good thing. So he's going to be here next week. Love to have everybody here with us. So at this time, we're going to shut the lights down. We're going to say, let's put our hands together one time real quick for the PNC. Also for our friends at Weimart and our entire staff here at the PNC Live Studio. They do such a great job mixing and filming and doing the whole thing. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get this thing rolling for a Friday night. Please welcome to the stage Kurt Van Meter and his boys.
Y'all ready to throw down with me? All right, let's do it, boys. Come on. The echoes of the outlaws, I play the music up loud, drinking whiskey, cranking way long with my honky-tonk crowd, swinging to the backbeat, two-stepping across the floor, living this outlaw life, never wanted nothing more. I remember when I was young, in my day I go to pick up the truck, headed down to the left. Johnny Cash came on. I asked my daddy who's that. He said, son, that's the man in black. And I knew from that day on I would want to sing this song. The echoes of the outlaw play the music of the life, drinking whiskey, cranking way long with my honky-tonk crowd, swinging to the backbeat, two-stepping across the floor, living this outlaw life. sun that's curving me, baby. Echoes of the outlaws play the music of the night. Drinking whiskey, cranking way low with my honky tonk crowd. Swinging to the backbeat, two-stepping across the floor. Living this outlaw life, never wanted nothing more. Living this outlaw life, I never wanted nothing more. Yes, sir.
Wow.
That's the title track, Danny. Come on.
I love it. It's been a while since we've seen each other. First of all, give the band a round of applause. These guys sounded good. Some very talented musicians. All three of these band members have been in town for so long, playing with various bands all over the state, everywhere. So great job, guys. It's good to see y'all once again. It's been too dang long. Kurt, last time we saw each other, it was 112 degrees in Sweet Home, Oregon.
Yeah, it was a problem. That's for sure. Yeah.
I have to tell you the funniest story. For the last 2 years at the Oregon Jamboree, now I have extra security on me thanks to you. Because,
Wow.
yeah, because it was so hot that day that the amps were blowing up on the stage. Literally everything was shutting down. And you guys dressed in all black, which made it like 120 now. It was crazy. But I remember you invited, I was having like a heat moment. I was starting to like melt down. And you're like, dude, get on the bus. And I started running. And security was like thinking I was crashing the party. And you're like,
He's known to do that, though. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. It's not the first time.
don't tell anybody. But literally, so now the last year it's like, who is that? That's Danny Dwyer. Make sure you keep an eye on that guy.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
like-
the eagle.
Yeah.
Eagle has landed.
I'm
yeah.
the skinny guy. I'm not beat-up that's 6'5". It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
crashing Lee Bryce's bus, right? Yeah.
Well, well, you're welcome. Maybe kind
Thank
of.
you. Thank
At least
you.
you're safe now.
I am safe. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's good. Good to see you. For those that don't know, Kurt, we've known each other for 10 years in the band. We've known each other through multiple bands for years and years and years. He was also a Washington County sheriff. So thank you for your service.
Hillsborough PD. Yeah,
Hillsborough PD.
Yeah.
Hillsborough PD.
In Washington County, though. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
good.
In Washington. I was
Yeah.
close. Aren't they all the same? No, I'm kidding. But thank you for your service. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
What is a harder job for you? Is it being a police officer or a songwriter now?
Oh, well, being a cop was, yeah. I mean, you're getting shot at and doing stuff.
Yeah,
so-
that's no fun.
Yeah, that's no fun. But yeah, I mean, being a songwriter, the difference is the inconsistency of payment. So that's been an issue a few times, So there's that. But yeah, I mean, I'm so blessed to be able to play music and write music because before the shooting, I was in a really bad shooting in 2009. And before that, I wasn't a cop. I mean, I wasn't a musician.
Right.
And so after that, that's when I started playing music. And you don't know what you're doing. It's just like when you start to do anything, you don't know how to build a house until you build a house.
Right.
You just got to start doing it. And so to think that I would be making a living writing music and playing music, it's unheard of. And so I'm very, very thankful, very blessed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's your journey over the last 10 years has been incredible to me to watch because I've been helping you, not taking credit for it in any sort of way,
Oh,
but
you're a
like,
big help.
but it was interesting to see because when you were making that transformation from a police officer to a songwriter, you're asking, okay, what's the next step? So I'm like, go to Nashville. You go to Nashville, you get a band, you get a backer, now you're writing songs. You're in this guitar pool, so your life is changing there. One of your biggest inspirations was Garth, and I saw the time that we took you to go see Garth in Tacoma, like something just came over you. You had like this aura, and since that day, your life has completely changed.
Well, what's funny is I had like 5 minutes alone with Garth. Like not alone, but you guys were like about 10
Right.
feet away. And so I told him, I'm like, my goal is to open for you. And I had a CD of my music, but I just chickened out. I didn't give it to him. I should have. I still regret not doing that. And Scott Mahalik was like, well, I'm not gonna tell you what he called me, but
Yeah.
I was like,
Chicken.
dang, I should have gave it to him because it is, Garth has been a huge inspiration for me forever.
Right, of
and
course.
so, and it was right before COVID and all that good stuff happened, and I was still on probation with the Dallas Police Department. And so, when Garth's like, yeah, I told him, I'm like, I want to open for you. He's like, and Garth. I mean, Garth is like legit. He's
Yeah.
actually a
Oh, yeah.
nice dude. Like he's not, he's
Fake.
so normal. It's
Yes.
crazy. And when I said my goal is to open for you someday, he's like, yeah, man, let's do it. Let's make it happen.
and then he went to start, whatever. And so that was the last I talked to Garth. And then COVID happened and all that good stuff. And then he played in Eugene. I grew up in Southern Oregon, but in middle school I moved to Eugene. And then I played football at Oregon State. Go Beavs, let's go.
Yep.
And then my last college, my home field in high school was Autzen Stadium. My last game at Oregon State was at Autzen Stadium. And so knowing Garth's people,
right,
all the lawyers and stuff, I'm like peppering them. I'm like, let me open it. It will be an amazing story, all that good stuff.
Full circle moment.
Yeah, dude, I honestly thought I was going to get it because they hadn't announced the opener for until a week before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is happening? I was praying. Then I found out, I don't even know who opened. It wasn't me. That's all I know.
Right.
I did get to sing in the choir, though. That was kind of cool.
I do remember that.
And,
that was cool.
Wild.
That was awesome.
I was the only one in a cowboy hat. That was kind of weird. But
you stood out.
It is what it is.
Yeah, you stood out.
It's crazy. I tell you what, walking into that stadium, because we did We Shall Be Free and the river.
It was the
maybe,
river
or something like that.
I remember
and
that.
So, we got to go do sound check with Garth, which was amazing the day before.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. You were there. And I walked, because, I walked by. I'm like, Daddy, what's up, Daddy? You're like, okay, psycho. He's
Call
fine.
security for that guy.
I know him. Trust me. Okay. But, it was an amazing experience. That whole thing was an amazing time. So, Lord willing, I'll get to open for Garth at some point. Jimmy Mattingly, I've been talking to him, his fiddle player.
Yeah.
And I've been talking to him on Facebook and trying to get him to come out and do a show with us. So,
well, the good news is he's almost done with the residency tours at Caesar's Palace. There's 6 shows left, and then he's going to start retouring again. He's going to be doing. He's not retiring.
He'll
he's
never
too,
stop.
He's too young to retire, so he's going to do something. So maybe we'll all put some
hey,
good thoughts into
Pray
it.
it up, baby.
Someday,
Pray it up.
right?
All things are possible, baby.
There you go. So you go to Nashville, you start songwriting, then you come back here, you start touring, and next thing you know, you're working with Cole Hauser, Rip from Yellowstone, because the band came and saw you guys at the $1 Million Cowboy Bar in Montana, and now you've been touring with him, doing great things. How did that come about?
Yeah, so it's all luck. I mean, it's not all luck. You got to work your ass off, and then hopefully you'll get lucky. And the luck came by this guy needing a band for his wedding. And he was like, and he was in Florida at the time. He said, whoever's playing the Cowboy Bar is good enough to play my wedding, and it happened to be us. It could have been anybody, but it happened to be us. And so we connected. We played that show in Cheyenne, Wyoming that summer. And then about a month after the wedding, I saw Cole post something on his Facebook page saying, looking forward to hanging out with you at your wedding or at this get-together for Tunnels to Towers in Sun Valley. And so we were playing in Boise the night before. So I text, Rob is his name, I text him real quick. I'm like, bro, we're playing in Boise the night before. Can I come out and play a show for Tunnels to Towers and meet Cole? Because I wanted to meet Cole. Because I've looked like this, for the record, way longer before the Yellowstone
I can attest that, yes.
was out. And actually, when the show first started, especially in Wyoming at the Cowboy Bar, people would be like, you look like Rip. And I'm like, who the hell's Rip? I don't know what that is. This could be a bad thing.
No,
because if he's a weirdo, that's not great for me.
But you're touring, so you're not you're driving between the shows.
Well, yeah, and so my fiance and I started watching Yellowstone, and I saw his character. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I identify with Rip. And so when we started talking, at this place in Sun Valley, we do a little meet and greet, and just so when you open for somebody, you don't get to hang out with them. No. When you open for a headliner, you don't get to hang out with the headliner. That's what I thought when I first started playing music. You're going to be buddies and all that good stuff. Because whoever plays last sound checks first. So when they're sound checking really early in the morning, and you're not even awake yet.
No.
Well, I am, but, and then by the time you get there, they're in the hotel or whatever doing all that stuff. So I thought it'd be the same way with Cole. I thought we'd just go there, and we had a tour bus at the time. And so I thought we were just going to go do our thing. And so I met Cole, and the guy that introduced us, Rob, he's like, everybody calls this guy Rip. And Cole poked my stomach. He goes, you got to get rid of this bull beep before you can call me Rip. I'm like, listen, man, come on, brother. But then, so the premise of these shows is people would pay a lot of money to hang out with Cole. There would be a meet and greet, and then an auction and a dinner, and then we were the after party. So Cole's not a musician, but everywhere he goes, he wanted us to be with him. And so it was an amazing experience. So we're, again, back to the idea of not associating with the headliner. I didn't think that we were going to get to talk. I thought I'd go to meet him, and that's about it. And then we're sitting on a tour bus during the dinner, and the door opened, and I'm like, who the heck is that? Because the whole band was in the tour bus.
Oh.
And it was Cole. He walked up. He didn't want to have dinner with people because he doesn't like associating, in a healthy way. Could you imagine? I mean, everybody wanted a piece of you.
Right.
So he came in, and we started BSing, and he actually grew up in Southern Oregon until he was like 9.
Really?
Yeah, he lived in Ashland.
Okay.
And his dad, I played football at Oregon State, and his dad played football at Oregon State in the late 60s.
Boom.
Yeah.
Hit.
So as soon as like we started talking like that, and we just connected, I mean, he's become a brother of mine, and he's given us a lot of opportunities. And when I was writing this new album, I wrote a song called, can I cuss on this or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So I wrote a song, initially it was called Cowboy Shit, because, we're a rowdy rodeo band. That's what we do. And I was trying to figure out, like, when you start writing music, you got to figure out your brand and all that good stuff. And it's not as easy as it sounds. I thought I would know, but then you start having to write it, and you're like, wow, man, this is tough. And then I heard the phrase cowboy shit, and I'm like, that kind of represents me. Like, let's just go do some cowboy shit. I mean, it doesn't make sense all the time,
Right.
You just got to go do it. And
I'm sure
so,
my son probably loves to say that all the time.
Exactly. Yeah, it's time to do some cowboy shit. And he's like, okay, here we go. Hold on, boys. And so I sent that song to Cole, and he loved it. And he had just signed a deal to be the spokesperson for the Professional Bull Riders Association.
Yep.
And so he sent it to Sean Gleason, who's the CEO of PBR. Sean loved it, and he called, and he's like, I want to license this song. I want to use it for our international ad campaign, but I can't have cowboy shit on TV, of course. So I was playing a show in the Hamptons in New York, solo acoustic show in September, told the same story. And I was putting my guitar away when I was finished, and this girl came up, and she's like, I feel like the Lord is telling me that you need to, it needs to be Cowboy Grit. And I'm like, dude, that's really good. First of all, I'm like, oh, thank you, Jesus, because it is a God thing, right? But then I'm like, how the hell did I not think of that? That like I'm a songwriter. I should have thought of that word. It was so obvious, And so Cowboy Grit was born, and we recorded it. We changed it up enough so if somebody wanted to license Cowboy Shit, they could license Cowboy Shit. PBR has the exclusive rights to Cowboy Grit, and so yeah, it's been an awesome partnership. I love Cole. He's a good dude. He's a good man, and he's one thing that I've learned, like being around Garth, and Reba came to one of our shows in Jackson Hole. We got to spend a minute with her. Is these people are incredibly talented, and they work their asses off.
Yeah.
Like, it's not luck that they're famous and successful in what they're famous at.
No.
So
there's a lot of work going behind it for sure.
And
definitely.
there's a lot of stuff too that's tough. But man, I tell you what, like Cole's brilliant. Like go to YouTube and look up Cole Hauser PBR. I don't know what it's called, but it's like a 4-minute video that we wrote the music for.
That's
the producer and I.
Nice.
And that's what they use for the international ad campaign.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it's been good. I was watching March Madness in my chair, and oddly enough, I was falling asleep. My fiance will laugh at that, but I was sitting there, kind of falling asleep, and all of a sudden I heard my song
On
and
TV?
I'm in that like pre-sleep fog. I'm like, who the hell is playing my song? And I'm like, oh, it's on TV. And so it was one of the commercials during March Madness, and I got to hear my song on there. Yeah, it's pretty
that's cool.
And then I got to go down to AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas, for the PBR World Finals.
I remember that.
And so that show, that 4-minute deal came on, and they're showing it on the big screen, and my song came on. And so I was like, I was there alone, and there was a couple beside me, and I'm like, hey, this is my song. And they looked at me like, okay. Yeah.
That's a bunch of cowboy shit.
Yeah. Well, they're like, this middle-aged guy has a song. That's cute. You know? And I could feel what they were thinking, and I'm like, no. Like, that's me singing. I wrote that song. And they're like, yeah. Second-level guy, sure.
Yeah.
So
Well, you
it's
gave
been
me
a blessing, yeah.
You gave me my next idea for a T-shirt. I'm definitely gonna make
It's
that.
cowboy
for sure.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's trademark it.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah. Absolutely.
How many more shows for the rest of you? Because we're coming to, it's fall. We're coming to the end of the year. So how many more shows you guys got lined up?
So October 5th, we are at we're doing a private show out in Montana. October 17th, we get to fly back out to New York and do a show with Tunnels to Towers.
Jeez.
And then if you guys have never been to Jackson Hole in the winter, we're playing the $1 Million Cowboy Bar over New Year's Eve. And it's phenomenal. I mean, Jackson Hole's gorgeous. And so,
yeah.
And last time we played there, that's when we met Reba. Midland was actually at the show. And we were covering one of their songs. And so we started, one more night, one more round, that one. And so as we started it, the 3 guys from Midland like walked up to this bar and they were watching us. I was like, "Close your eyes, baby. Don't look."
Don't forget the lyrics.
And exactly right. And so we finished the song, and they like held up their beer can or beer bottle to us, and then walked off. So
Wow, that's
it was
cool.
pretty cool. But Jennifer Aniston was there, Jason Bateman was there, so all the famous people go there. It's just awesome, you know. Jackson Hole's a little small town.
Yeah,
so.
and they just want to be normal people, not
Well,
Jennifer Aniston.
that's
they
right,
want to be
and-
Jennifer Aniston, the girl at the bar.
And that's the
Which
thing.
is
There's
cool.
so many famous people out there, like Sandra Bullock lives out there, Harrison Ford, and they see him walking around all the time, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, it's like Nashville.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just-
You know, I went to the CMAs a couple of years ago, and I had to fly out early in the morning because I had to pick up my son from school, and Lee Greenwood was there, like ushering people through the line because the line was really long.
I was like, come on, I got to get on
And
this
people
flight.
were getting annoyed. I'm like, you guys know who that is? Like, that's freaking Lee Greenwood. It was
Yeah.
crazy. Only in Nashville.
I know.
Lee's like, let's go. Come on.
you-
Gotta move. Let's go.
We got a flight to catch.
It was wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he walked by everybody, like in some private thing. I'm like, oh, he's big balling us now, baby.
Yeah, it's funny.
It was cool.
That's why I say, like, not to get off subject, but it was you never know what's going to happen there. We always tell people when you go, be aware. Last year at the CMAs, we sent some listeners. They went to Taco Bell. Russell Dickerson walked in at 12:30 and ordered tacos. And then 2 nights ago, Keith Urban's brand new album, High, landed today. He just did a pop-up show on Broadway Street. 10,000 people showed up last night. It was
So
crazy.
good.
So you never know.
Yeah, I got to have a billboard down there on the Nashville sign for about
Yes.
3 months, and that was so much fun. And so we got to go down there and look at that. And there's still buses wrapped. I mean, we paid for the wrap, and there was only like a 3-month contract with it. But people are still sending me photos of it still being wrapped. So they just said, screw it, we're not going to take it off.
Yeah,
I'm
like leave it alone. That's funny.
sweet. So if you go to Nashville, look
Look
for the buses. 'cause
Look
I'm
for
on
Kurt
it.
Van Meter.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm wearing this jacket, actually.
There
on
you
the
go.
Bus.
I
Yes,
love
sir.
it. Let's get back to some music. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Kurt Van Meter.
Yeah, so I'm fluent in Spanish. That's one of the things I did when I was law enforcement. I did a lot of translating, and I've always wanted to do a song that had a little Spanish flavor to it. So this song's called Bonita Mamacita. I hope you like it.
When she looked at me and she gave me that smile, and I knew right then it was gonna get wild. Blonde hair, blue eyes, trailing on that dance floor. She had her hands up high, pointing at the sky. Daisy Duke shorts riding up her thigh. She's the kind of girl you can get the rest of them for. Well, Lord have mercy, she likes to drink whiskey. Pendleton ride gets her kind of frisky. After 2 or 3 shots, you get the 1, 2 in her eye. She's a sweet southern belle, likes to raise a little hell up beneath the mama seat to do things I'll never tell. She's the kind of girl that comes around once in real life. Well, my heart was pounding, but I tried to stay tame. I walked on over and asked for her name. She answered with a kiss, and I almost hit the floor. Then she took me by the hand, yelled, "Scan her to the band." 3 birds started clinking as I pulled her in again. Her head still the back as we yelled, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Lord have mercy, she likes to drink whiskey. Pendleton ride gets kind of frisky. After 2 or 3 shots, she gets the 1, 2 in her eye. She's a sweet southern belle, likes to raise a little hell up beneath the mama seat to do things I'll never tell. She's the kind of girl that comes around once in real life. Hello. When the song was over, she was looking out the door. There was panic in her eyes like never before. Big Bad Chad was pissed as he walked in. He was 6'6" with a red plaid shirt. Romeo still covered in dirt. I tried to run, but the crowd had me pinned in. I said, I promise you, mister, I didn't try to kiss her. She didn't have a ring. I didn't know you missed her. I reached down and I tried to shake his hand.
Thank y'all. Can I get a towel? I've left my towel in the green room. I'm so sweaty. I'm so sorry. So this next song is a song. Anybody watch Gold Rush on the Discovery Channel? Nope. Okay. There's a guy on the Discovery Channel named Todd Hoffman, and I was swimming in his pool, and my son and I was like, bro, you need to baptize me, and because, you know, like when I got in my shooting, the first thing I thought of was like, why am I not seeing Jesus? Like, I've gone to the altar 7 times to make sure that I go to heaven if I die. And so for me, like, baptism is the same way. Like, baptize me 18 times, man, just to make sure. And so I told Todd, I'm like, dude, you need to baptize me. And he goes, dude, if I have to baptize you, I got to hold you in the water a hell of a lot longer. I was like, that's a song right there. And so we went to Johnson City, and I played that. On the way home, I have a voice memo, and every songwriter has a million voice memos in their phone. And I was like, I just said acoustic or, you know, without anything. I was like, when you baptize me, you better hold me in the water just a little bit longer. So I played that for my producer, and he's like, wait, what is that? And so I told him, and he goes, you need to go back to the hotel and write that. So I went back to the hotel in Johnson City, Tennessee, wrote this song. This is a fictional song about a bad boy in the South that wants to date the preacher's daughter, and the preacher doesn't want it to happen. I hope you like it. Y'all ready? When you baptize me, you better hold me in the water just a little bit longer. Here's a little story comes straight from the Bible Belt about a country boy like to raise a little hell. He loved living life in the fast lane, drinking beer and sniffing cocaine. One day he saw the preacher's daughter as she was singing songs in the choir. She was really pretty, so you know he had to ask her out. The preacher knew this boy, knew what he was all about. He said, if you want to date my daughter, you gotta be baptized in water. You best confess your sins and come clean. The boys and preachers, there's something you should know about me. When you baptize me, you better hold me in the water just a little bit longer. When you baptize me, you better hold me in the water just a little bit longer. I said I first got caught with my hand in the cookie jar. I was 5 years old when I smoked my first cigar. Stole a truck in junior high school, started gambling, started playing pool, dated a girl and kissed her mother. And when your daughter has a baby, I reckon I'm the father. When you baptize me, you better hold me in the water just a little bit longer. When you baptize me, you better hold me in the water just a little bit longer. When you baptize me, you better hold me in the water just a little bit longer. Baptize me, you better hold me in the water just a little bit longer. Preacher said, if the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise, I'll help you cross the river to the other side. Preacher took him up on the offer, drowned that boy in the deep, dark water. Preacher, no! Don't do it! When you baptize me, you better hold me in the water Thank y'all so much. That song's called Baptize Me. All these songs are currently available and ready to roll. If you guys want to stream them and download them, that'd be amazing. This next song is a song that I wrote about my hometown. It's I grew up in Southern Oregon, as I said earlier, and I wanted to write a song about the things that I remember growing up, and this is definitely one of them. You know, the second verse talks about my granny two-stepping, feeling good. My great-grandparents were married for over 75 years, and one of the things that they did up until the time that my grandma passed away was they would go out and they'd go two-stepping. So that's what this song is about, and hope you like it. This is a hometown song. It's called God Bless the USA, hometown song. John Deere, hayfields, baseball, four-wheels, things about my hometown that I love. Main Street, fast cars, rock and roll, steel guitars. Small town hotties gonna have a little fun. All around the country there's some sleepy little towns, turning music up and throwing it down. Beauties in the backwoods, drinks that make you feel good. Bonfire nights when the whiskey going round. Honky-tonk heroes on the weekend, busting our asses when the work week begins. God bless the USA, land of the free and the home of the brave. Drinking cold beer, singing Dixieland delight. God bless the USA, drinking Hank Jr., Willie and Stray. Living in a land where a country boy's gonna survive. God bless the USA. Work hard, play hard, Jim Beam, NASCAR. Meet with your friends and cheer the home team. Backyard barbecue, tailgate shooting. Though the quarterback's gonna date the beauty queen. Saturday nights when the sun is going down, hear the engines roar and the crowd is screaming loud. Granny's on the hardwood, two-stepping, feeling good. Loving when her man is swinging her around. Honky-tonk heroes on the weekend, busting our asses when the work week begins. God bless the USA, land of the free and the home of the brave. Drinking cold beer, singing Dixieland delight. God bless the USA, cranking Hank Jr., Willie and Stray. Living in a land where a country boy's gonna survive. God bless the USA. Yeah, boy. Everybody, God bless the USA, land of the free and the home of the brave. Sipping number 7 on a Mason Dixie night. God bless the USA, hanging with Troy, old Tippin and Twain. Living in a land where a country boy's gonna survive. God bless the USA. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you so much. This last song is a song that we talked about earlier, Cowboy Grit. And when I first wrote this song, it was a completely different song. I'd flown out to Johnson City, and as I was getting ready to do the final vocals, I was like, you know what? It just doesn't feel right. So I flew back home, and I was praying. I'm like, Lord, what do you want me to do with this song? And so he was like, well, he didn't talk to me. That's weird. When people were like, Jesus spoke to me. It's like, no, he didn't, dude. That's a piece of bro. But you know, I just was like, I'm gonna do a shout out to all the professions in this world and the people in this world that show cowboy grit on a day-to-day basis. And so, this is a song about every profession and everybody that I love that holds down the cowboy way of life. This is called Cowboy Grit. I hope you like it. Judges wiping tables down, earning up to buy a house. Teachers helping shape our young, show 'em how it's done. Parents staying up all night, helping rebel kids find the porch light, living right. Chattahoochee River to the California sunlight, all across the land. Show 'em who gives a damn, yeah. Show 'em some cowboy grit, working hard, working true. Y'all hold your beer cans up for the red, white, and blue. Yeah, show 'em some cowboy grit. Who thinks we live on the greatest country in this planet, y'all? Come on. I think we live on the greatest country, but I also think that we need to love each other more, and we need to start living by the red words, y'all. Those are the words that Jesus spoke. The most important one is love one another, everybody. So this is the third verse I wrote about. It's about this greatest country. Hoping we get it right by living by the red words again, baby. Come on. Living by the red words, praying that our country finds a good life. That's right. Appalachian Mountains to the Amarillo sunlight, all across the land, gonna show who gives a damn. Yeah, show 'em some cowboy grit, working hard, working true. Y'all hold your beer cans up for the red, white, and blue. Yeah, show 'em some cowboy grit. Standing proud, standing tall. Gotta come together now for one and all. Bring it on, boys. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay, before we go any further, I want to introduce the band because we got some talented musicians here that have been performing in town for years. So
Nashville, Arkansas, Texas. He was just in You want me to introduce him real quick?
yeah, I want you to do it. It's
Y'all,
your band.
anybody seen the animated movie Paranorman? It was about 5 or 6 years ago. Mr. Ron Chick wrote the music for that, and he was nominated for an Oscar. So give it up for
Yay.
Mr. Ron Chick.
And he was a local band years ago.
Yeah.
Lock, Stock, and Barrel.
He just got, I met Ron through a band about 10 years ago named Lock, Stock, and Barrel. Actually, longer than that. And so my first ever producer, this is Ron. You know, we did Turn the Page. We remade Turn the Page.
Yeah.
That was Ron. I've told this story many times, but that song, when I first released, I did my version of Turn the Page. Actually, he did the steel guitar, let's be honest. I just sang. But when it initially came out, this will be quick. Initially came out, it was like 10 to 20 download or streams a month. Then we played the Bymark Country Music Festival. It went to like 10 to 20,000 a month. And then it went up to like 250 to 350,000 a month. And I'm like getting paid like $1,000 a month from this, which is a lot for streams. And I'm like, oh man, what is happening? Because I won't go into the whole legal process, but I was outside of that, way outside of that. And so I had it taken down. But at the end, when it was taken down, it was over 4 million streams and downloads in 96 countries, and he did all that stuff. So
Yeah. Nice job.
and I just re-released it if y'all want to hear it.
Yeah.
I re-released it all under DistroKid, and they take care of all the legal stuff.
Go download it, pay the boys.
That's right. Thank you. I
They
need money
they need more gas money.
That's right. And then Mr. Mike Hank, I've been with Mike since like about 2014. Literally, one of his first shows with me was the Bymark Country Music Festival with Blake Shelton and Eric Church and all those guys. So give it up for Mike Hanky, y'all.
Hey, Mikey.
And if you want to have a good time, you go on a road trip with Mr. Robert Ellison, y'all, on the bass. He's from Arkansas, Fort Smith, Arkansas, and he's been a huge blessing. And thank you so much for letting me introduce him.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. It's your band, your boys. You got to do it. So
Yes,
thank
sir.
you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you for coming to the PNC Live Studio.
Yes, sir.
One more time, put your hands together for the boys. Good job, guys. Sounding good as ever. Nice work. Great guitar work. Love it. Drums. Love it all. So here's how it works. Whitney's gonna turn. We're gonna turn the lights on. Whitney's gonna start at the top. So everybody up top, we'll have you guys get in single file line. Break out your cell phones. I'll take the pictures with your cell phone. Whitney will take the official pictures with the cool camera, and then we'll post all those on Facebook, and we'll get those up either tonight, later, or tomorrow. And then the bottom row, bottom half, you guys all come up as well, and we'll let you meet the band and take pictures with everybody. And thank you for coming to the PNC Live Studio on a Friday night.